All right, the Lions just got an unexpected boost. The more that you look into it, we're looking at the playoff scenarios, and one of the things that was huge and it kind of went under the radar was the Eagles going out west and losing that game to the Chargers. So anytime
Yeah.
an NFC team loses to an AFC team this late in the year, it's going to be generally good. The reason this is good, take a look at this. If we pull this up, you can see that the Eagles are kind of locked in. Remember, if top 4 seeds are the division leaders, the Eagles are just kind of locked in up here because the NFC East is so bad.
Yeah.
But here's what I think we didn't realize was if the Eagles win that game, they're locked in and they take a playoff spot.
Yep.
But now, because of losing, they're only 2 games, shockingly, above the
Isn't that
500
nuts?
Cowboys, which is really
Yeah.
nice because we beat the Cowboys. So now, if they keep faltering like they are, and the Cowboys were to get in, or now that wild card spot is not gonna matter to us, whether it's Cowboys or Eagles. So this is just an unexpected boost because the Eagles were just 5 weeks ago. It's like tush
Yep.
push. You can't. You can't beat these guys. They're the number 1 seed. Now there's a little chink in the armor right here with the NFC East, and then we'll get
Mhm.
into some other scenarios as well. But how are you feeling with the playoffs, Craig? Just in general, playoff standings, our chances after we beat the Cowboys, and then letting the dust settle over the weekend.
Yeah, I think what I'm starting to see is that there is a couple of different paths to the playoffs now, whereas it felt like if just 2 weeks ago, it felt like the only path to the playoffs was champions of the NFC North.
Yep.
Right. And now it feels like, okay, we could actually get into the playoffs in multiple different ways. And it could just be we need to overtake second place in the NFC North. And that could be great. By the way, how crazy was it to watch the Bears be the number 1 seed, lose a game, and fall to 7? And by the way, we have them at the end of the year. There's a really good chance that game is for the number 7 spot. Just want to be clear on that. It might not be, but it might be. So when I see this, I start realizing to myself, okay, there's a lot of other opportunities. I'm pretty sure the 49ers play the Bears, right? And they play the Seahawks, and they might play the Rams again. And so like you have their schedule.
There's the Niners.
Okay. So the Niners play the Bears and they play the Seahawks. Thank you. And they apparently have to go on the road and play Phillip Rivers in the Indianapolis Colts. Did you see that, by the way? 44 years old. They signed him. They said, this is our great hope. Who's the Bears? There we go. That's not an easy schedule, man.
We need them to lose to Cleveland somehow. Wouldn't that be just
that would change everything. That would change everything, because then that would very greatly increase the chance that they because then if they lose the next 3 games, would there be anything that would make you happier?
No, because you're so right. That last game, that head-to-head matchup is so we need to be 2 games ahead for that to not matter. So it's like, oh gosh, that's probably going to matter in some way. So,
or if they lose to Green Bay and San Francisco, they'll have a worse conference record, or they'll have a worse division record, whatever, Even
if we exactly. So Cleveland's the perfect team for this spot of all the underdogs. Like if you had to, and I'll ask you, if I had to list out, it's like, all right, Titans, you just Arizona, and I just gave you a list of like 8
a list of
teams.
all the teams that are at the bottom of their division.
Yeah, I would take Cleveland just because Myles Garrett, just they're so weird. I don't know. Cleveland's one of the teams that I love in this little underdog spot.
They're weird. They got like, what do you have in Shedeur Sanders? Is he going to play well? Is he going to be terrible? I really do think it's a good little spot. But I got another boost for you. Like here's the thing. If we beat the Rams, they still have another game against Seattle, right?
I think so.
They do. I think, they do. It might be the week after they play us. So they play us, and then they have to, I think it might even be on a short week. I'm not sure. But all of a sudden we have the tiebreak over the Rams. Right. And so like, there's a lot of ways for us to get in. It's not great. We're not one of those teams like the Niners where it's just like, look, just win a couple more games and you're in. We're not that. We have to win. We have to win more. Right. We have to win 3 of our last 4 for a fact.
For a fact. And it would be really cool because what we're finding now this time of year is when you win, you get to sit back and all the results, not all of them, but it's seemingly all the results benefit you, right?
Yeah.
So when you lose, it's like, oh my gosh, but when you win, it's like, all right, this team's they're playing head to head. They're playing head to head. So it's
Yeah.
like any outcome is just gonna be great. Can't wait to see what that does. Can't wait to see what it does in the playoff predictor. And
Yeah.
but when you so it's like we gotta win. And again, we don't have to. I'm with you. And I think everything we see, it's you got to win 3 out of these next 4.
Yep.
So,
So the
uh,
question is when do you need must-win games? Right?
yep.
I would love to beat the Rams so that in 3 games that we should win 2 of the remaining 3 after that. Because we have Pittsburgh at home. We go to Minnesota, right? But like we should win those games. We
Yes.
should. And then going to Chicago, yeah, that's a tough game. I'm not going to lie to you. Like that's a difficult game. But if we beat these Rams, that's what I think we all can agree that's the hardest game left on the schedule.
And
And that
here's
would
what
be a huge sigh of relief.
and let us know in the comments on this.
Yeah.
And you brought this up, Craig, is we play on Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
It's just this great time. And it's like, is it
Is it?
though? I just would rather not. And
Is
now
it?
we play on Christmas
Yeah.
Day. And
Yeah. Merry
that's
Christmas.
not because that is such a massive game against an underdog on
Yep.
Christmas, must win. It's a short week.
Yep.
Talk about being weird. We're traveling there, and it just has that recipe of definitely a stressful game.
It has a recipe of a stressful game. A lot of these games have a recipe of a stressful game. The Rams have the recipe of a stressful game because Stafford's got the best weapons and he's just going to be slinging it against a busted up secondary.
Constantly.
Aaron Rodgers, the ghost of Aaron Rodgers past. Anytime you hear Aaron Rodgers as a Lions fan, it's scary. Like I know we've owned him the last couple of years. He was in the division. I understand that. But it's scary. And they just came off a big win against the Ravens. Going to Minnesota on Christmas, like that's scary. Going to Chicago in the cold, like that's scary.
These are all scary.
Hard.
I mean, you
Yeah.
could without and we would go nuts, but if we could go 0-4 in these and it would not be that crazy. I mean, just really, really
Don't say
because
that.
but and I totally am with you. So I know I'm really these are gonna be just the Rams. I hate playing the Rams. I really do
Play
because
them every year.
you see what they're doing offensively. It's
Mhm.
really smart. That quick fast mode, do that. That's what you should do. Every play there should be some
Yep.
sort of motion. You're lying if you say it doesn't affect you. It does to some
Yes.
degree in some way. And they're just good at it. And they just it's nonstop. It does feel like Stafford throws the ball 70 times every time. Not even plays us, just whenever he plays, just
Yep.
constant. And every time he drops back, like and he just holds it the way he holds it, it just looks like he's gonna oh boy. And
He's going
I
to
don't
make
know.
something really good happen
Yeah,
here. And I will admit that. Look, we know that. But here's the deal. I'm an aesthetics kind of guy. When Stafford was playing for us early on, like in 010, like 09 to 2010,
Yep.
2011, like big shoulder pads were still a thing. He was young, he had the baby fat. You know what I mean? Like he looked like he was a quarterback that was good, but kind of needed the right things to happen. He'd chuck it up to Calvin a lot. Then later in his career with Detroit, you started seeing like this dude's really special. It's not just a big arm. And then he went to LA and you're just like, this guy's a Hall of Famer. And like he's a Pro Bowl, like he was always Pro Bowl, but he's like an MVP caliber type player. And that's what we get to go play. And he hates us, and he really does hate us. And by the way, can I just steal this video for a second and have a different topic of conversation?
Yeah.
Because the unexpected boost, I get it. And I actually have another unexpected boost for you that you didn't see coming, Chris, that there's some news that had broke today. Here's what I want to talk about with Matt Stafford. I want comments like crazy down there. If you're still watching this video, where are you at with your feelings on Matt Stafford? Because I'm conflicted. Because I'm old enough to remember that this is a guy that said, I don't want to go through another coaching change. I want out. I want out of Detroit. And we were very professional about it. We traded him. We got a good trade for him. And we sent him to a place where he asked to go.
Yep.
Like, Remember, he's down there sipping Mai Tais with Sean McVay. And then the first time he comes back, it's like he wants the royal treatment, like he's a king, like we should somehow cheer for him over our own team. His wife's going nuts. He's got the comment at the end about, when they're like, hey, is part of you happy for the fans? I'm happy for the players. I'm happy. And it's just, okay, Matt. Like, do you still love him, Chris, or is he kind of the enemy? Like, where do you sit with Matt Stafford?
Yeah, it was definitely something where I was rooting for him that first year, and then shoot, he went and did it and won a Super Bowl. And like the
Yeah.
second that happened, it was
He
like,
got
okay,
very drunk in the celebration.
we're done. We're done. Like it's over. And then then it looked like him and his wife were trying to keep things going with the city. And it's like, well, it doesn't work like that. And then when they played in the playoff game, what we were just so amped up as a fan base. Of course we were gonna boo.
Of course we were
Like,
amped up.
we were just gonna
Like,
do, I don't even know, just do anything. That was the craziest. So when after he won the Super Bowl, it's like, all right, cool, man. Yeah, I'm on to Goff. You're no longer here, but I did like root for him and wanted him to do well. Just because, but yeah, but it's been 4 years now. Like, dude, you're actually kind of annoying now because him and McVay's this greatest coach since, I mean, it's like, oh, really? Because is he though?
Is he?
Everyone just loves McVay. The Rams are annoying. The whole thing's annoying. Stafford's wife, it's all annoying. And it's like, all right, we got Goff. Love having Goff and love what we're doing now.
Love that they have a great team in a city that doesn't give a rip.
Yeah.
Like, and that's the difference, I think, between LA and Detroit. Like, we have a good team in a city that really, really cares.
Yeah.
Like, in a state that really, really cares. And they have a city and really a whole state that's just like, football? What's that? Like, that's neat. Like, football's neat, I guess. And it's just like, no. And that's why every time when we go, what percentage of that stadium will be filled with Detroit Lions fans?
Ooh, man, doesn't it feel like 50-50?
It feels like it, especially for Chargers games. It feels like they're outnumbered every game.
Yeah, so I would say it's gonna be something like that, but it's hard to, I don't
It's
know.
probably
It's
more like
hard to
20 or
know for
30,
sure.
right?
And I had this, I was trying to pull this up. I don't know if it'll pull up. Oh, I had a picture. Dang, I lost it, of Stafford from '09. Oh man,
Oh,
he was long hair, just ready to
yep.
sling it.
Yep.
And
Yep. Chubby, little
yep,
chubby,
love it.
you know. And I get it. I get it because I was chubbier in 09. Like, we all were. I did
09.
remember, like, this is where I said, like, I remember I told you I pulled up a picture with all of us and a few friends. It was a Thanksgiving, like a Friendsgiving thing for our small group at church. And I said, in that picture from like 6 or 7 years ago, every single one of us looked fatter.
Mhm.
That's just the way
I
it
didn't know
goes.
that. Yeah. I
It
I know. I
happens.
didn't know that you're actually, heavier, but you're not. You're not
Yeah.
heavier. You are though, but you are. I don't know. It's weird.
I don't
I don't
know.
know.
I don't
That
know. And then you get
that's
older and
the
it's like you thin out in weird spots and you
Yeah,
hold
you
on
like,
to the
how do
fat
I
in
look
weird spots.
older? How am I thinner and older looking? I thought I'd be.
My metabolism's slower, but I'm more responsible. All right, I got the other unexpected boost. Dan Campbell said that Miles Frazier is going to get snaps in this game.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So he's going to continue to play left guard, I believe, is what it will be. How do you feel about the kind of ad, and is that a big enough difference? Do you trust him enough to be like, hey, rookie left guard, you're going to make all the difference, or is it just kind of like, yeah, it was cute for a game, I'm not there yet?
Right. No, um, Miles Frazier, he's 6'6", 325.
He's a
He
big
went to
boy. He
LSU.
looks big.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
He he started 39 out of 40 games when he was there for 3 years. He was a Joe Moore Award finalist.
Where
He's
are you getting all this?
just
Are
in
you?
my head.
Yeah. Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
I just remember all this stuff from,
Good for you.
yep, because before he was even with the Lions, I'm like, "Man, I'm
Doing
gonna just keep
videos
an eye
like,
on this
just we
guy."
need to draft this guy.
Yeah. Um, I'm just, what I love is, and this is pre NIL, maybe it was in there, but the whole point was, you're at this big school.
Yep.
You're an alignment at LSU. You start every game. You're huge. You look big. Like I said, you look big. again, this is just from like a high level.
Yeah.
How could he just be not good? Is
Right.
basically where I'm at. And so it's like
Yeah.
he needs an opportunity. And Tristan Cologne, I just the
Just look
ceiling.
at the two of them side by side, and you're like, one of those is more athletic.
Right. Somebody is more powerful, more
Yes.
just have the ability to really enhance the run game versus like Cologne. Yeah, you look at him, you're like, he's probably a good pass blocker, I hope, please.
Maybe,
But
but
is
he
he a
wasn't.
guy that's going to be a road grader type of guy? No. So that's what the ceiling is there. And that's what we
Mhm.
need. We just know what we can do when so it's just it gives us an opportunity to
Sure.
unleash our running backs. And if they get unleashed, man, that's when we're really humming along.
And again, he doesn't need to be perfect on every play, right? Like that's been the difference between our offense this year and last year.
Right.
Last year it was big plays, but just consistent. Like every first down run is 4, 5, 6 yards. This year it's like, oh, 1 yard, 42 yards, 2 yards, 2 yards, 3 yards, 15. You know what I like?
Yeah.
It's back to like what it was with Barry. But that he does give you that opportunity to do more. Like
Yep.
he does give you the opportunity to have one break, and that's all Gibbs needs. And quite frankly, Monty is just a little bit of room, and boom, they've taken advantage of it. So that's another boost for you,
I
other than
love
just
that. No,
Eagles lose.
that's great. I love to hear that. And yeah, let us know your thoughts in the comments. Again, make sure you subscribe and we'll see all of you on the next one.
See ya.